Salutations, everybody.
Morning, friends.
Joe here.
Kevin.
Sorry for the voice. I'm a little under the weather today. You know, that congestion. It's that time of the year again.
It is indeed. Thank
What-
God for the weather change.
You know what time it is?
What's that?
It's time for Schitt's Creek.
It is time for Schitt's Creek.
We've had a great run lately. The show's not different, but it's just been so much better recently.
Yeah.
I didn't think it could do that.
It. I mean, obviously, it's tonally different than it used to be, but I feel like they've really hit their stride this season with that. Like we've been heading for a sweeter show, right? For several seasons, right? Probably since the first. It's like once the roses started really kind of ingraining themselves into the town,
Sure.
and that kind of became like relationships started happening as far as community goes.
Yeah.
It's gotten sweeter, but I really feel like the addition of Patrick really changed the dynamic of this show a lot.
I agree. And how they switch up the dynamics of their characters too, like Stevie now being basically a part of the family.
Right. Oh, for sure.
You know,
Right.
Roland's role. I like that Roland works at the hotel now.
Sure.
Hotel, sorry.
Kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
When he's not watching
Right.
Aaron Brockovich.
Yeah.
But no, it's also, we talk about how this is very unconventional for a sitcom, but I still find myself wondering throughout the week, I wonder what the Roses are going to get up to this next episode.
Yeah.
It has an episodic feel to it.
It does. And the interesting thing about this is I feel like we're building to something in the way that the show's been transitioning.
I do too.
And I don't know what it is.
I know.
If I had gun to my head, throw down money bet, I would say if we were going to build to a big event that ends the show, it would be one of two things: Ted and Alexis getting married.
Oh, marriage,
right?
like a marriage, yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Or because it's possible to do more than one. Something huge happens to where the Roses, like financially or critically or whatever,
Yeah, they're at a
like,
crossroads.
right? Where they have the opportunity to
Leave.
really elevate and leave Schitt's Creek. Like something goes, I don't know what, but something, maybe Moira's career, but something goes great, and they have the opportunity to leave the town, and they're faced with, do we want to? Do we want to go back to that kind of lifestyle?
Yeah. I love how we both kind of secretly think that Moira's career is going to take off again. I kind of do too, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, look, stranger things have happened, especially over the last few years, than somebody with no talent. And Moira has talent, but the film, let's face it, the Crowaning, the Crows Have Eyes 3 is schlock film, right?
Big time.
But we've seen people become superstars by doing, and careers take off and notoriety or fame really happen because of something that just catches people's attention.
Dirt Nasty, Simon Rex almost got nominated for an Oscar 2 years ago. So,
right.
Yeah, anything can happen. You know what I mean? Like, truly anything can happen.
What's the guy's name? Neil, who does all the what's his name that does all the train wreck horribly bad movies?
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Neil Marshall?
Yeah, I can't. No, he's got a weird name. It sounds like Neil Brennan, but it's not Neil Brennan because Neil Brennan, I think, is stand up.
Who was the guy that did all the terrible video game movies back in the day? Uwe Boll?
Yeah.
That's one of them.
But yeah, let's face it, we all know the name Rachel Black and William Hung, and we wish we didn't.
We do.
Yeah. Right. But I do think it's a possibility that for whatever reason, cult following, whatever, because that's a real thing.
Yeah.
That Moira could have like a very resurgent career because of this obviously goofy movie.
I know, and I know it's a local production, but I want to see how Cabaret goes.
I feel like Stevie's going to kill it.
I do too. And I think it'll be a personal success. And who knows? Who knows who's going to be the audience? You never know.
Now, question. Do we ever see any of it? Because we haven't yet, right? As far as like the script or the music. Because, I mean, you got to pay for that stuff.
You do. And they downplay a lot in the show, too, which keeps the budget.
Right.
So I'm spread even.
I'm wondering if they get to a point where it's like, well, it's now or never. We're going to have to go in on some real money to show some of Cabaret.
Well, this show is very famous for its finales. All the finales have been fantastic, so
they have.
Would not be surprised if we get a pretty solid finale.
I expect a solid finale for sure.
Well, of like Cabaret.
Right. Yep. Maybe. I'm not the biggest Cabaret fan in the world. I've seen one production of it, and I was like, that's all right.
I like Fosse enough, but
sure. All right, we do want to welcome a couple more Patreon subscribers for the last day or so, guys. So preemptively, I want to apologize for butchering names, as I inevitably will do. Maria Anna Huber, Jesus or Jesus. I'm going to go with Jesus. Adrian Minervino, Sophie, Lisa, and Saskia. Welcome, guys. We're very happy you're here with us. Thank you so much.
Here, all I could think was nobody F's with the Jesus.
You'll say that, Mike.
And if you guys are watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel.
Hello.
If you don't mind hitting that like button for us, leave us a comment down below, and please hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we've coming your way.
Yeah. If you'd like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we've watched or are watching, check out a link in the description below for our Patreon page. If you're watching this on YouTube and got to the end and want to keep going, we have at least 4 episodes over the next 4 on Patreon right now for you if you'd like to jump over and watch. You'll have to sync and watch along on your own streaming service. We're on Hulu. All you're going to get to see and hear is us actually over on the Patreon channel. We're also watching 30 Rock right now as a Patreon exclusive, which we'll be watching here in an hour or 2.
Yeah, I can't wait.
All right, guys.
I am throwing him a surprise party tonight.
Well, David, these
birthday?
kinds of parties take time and planning.
This is all feeling very sketchy and last-minute-y.
I've actually been organizing this for quite some time.
See,
I'm just telling you right now because I know that none of you can keep a secret. That there is an extra surprise tonight. I invited Patrick's parents.
Oh my God, David.
Yes, things are certainly racing along at a dangerously rapid velocity.
Thank you
Seriously,
so much for
rapid
doing great.
velocity.
Now,
You must be the Brewers.
I'm Clint. This is my wife, Marcy. What a special moment this is for all of us.
David's father, Johnny Rose.
Johnny, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, hi.
Patrick tells me you run the motel.
More like runs it into the ground.
So Patrick has been keeping us up to date about everything he and David have been doing, and I think it's amazing how far they've come.
Yes, you know, mixing a business relationship and a romantic
There's no way they
relationship.
know.
Well,
There's no
that
way.
can get kind of tricky sometimes.
I missed the last part of what you just said.
Oh,
Did he
well,
just out
you were aware
Patrick
they
to his
were in
parents?
business
Yeah.
together as well.
Bonnie.
Did I speak out of turn?
I think we'll just go to the room and get ready for the big surprise tonight.
Oh, no.
sure.
no.
Yeah.
Johnny, but kind of seems like they didn't know their son is in a relationship with David.
Oh, Johnny.
You could make $2,000 in one afternoon.
Ooh, which test is this?
I'm talking about the soap opera fan convention. I already purchased a booth. Your name is on the website, and I just printed out all of these headshots for you to sign. Obviously, I will be taking commission.
Haven't
They're
had
your
rock
fans,
bottom quite
man.
yet. It's a
Salamander
matter of
people?
self-worth.
You did a commercial for adult diapers.
In Japan.
We're doing this. You need the money, and this is how you're gonna
That's a
get
nice
it.
headshot.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I know that celebrities have to go through a lot, with being in the public eye and
for
stuff,
sure.
but I cannot stand when celebrities, and I know she's not a celebrity,
Yeah.
has distaste for their fans.
It's
I
insane.
can't stand that level of
It's
self-importance.
like, why?
Yeah, these are the people that make you
pay your
that make
bills.
you. Yeah.
Well, I just checked in. You know whose parents.
what? They're not supposed to be here for another 11 minutes.
They're aware that you and Patrick are, romantically involved, right?
Of course they are. Why wouldn't they be?
Richard didn't tell him, and he assumes they did. That's why David didn't say anything.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't have asked them to come here if I didn't think they knew we were in a relationship.
Did he ask Patrick if he told him? These are
They
big
call the
conversations.
store all the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
So this is actually on Patrick and David more than it's
find
on
Patrick
Johnny.
and have a
Yeah.
conversation. Well, you can't because he doesn't know
can't
they're
tell,
there.
right?
Yeah.
There is a dark side to Mummy's industry, and I've tried to protect you from it your whole life.
Oh dear Lord.
You took me to the Playboy Mansion when I was 7.
Thespians selling their autographs for money in cheerless convention centers.
Oh no, it's called Comic-Con.
Yeah, exactly. People have made their careers out of it.
Yes.
Comic Con became a thing because it's like the people who go to Comic Con are the ones that made the movies work.
Woman has 17 Emmys for playing a hot-headed nurse who healed people with her sexual touch. I can't
Wow.
ever see me in a place like this.
I'm so glad you're here, darling. I'm usually the only marquee name at these things.
I'm shocked by my presence as well.
I talked to my parents a little while ago. They're on like a weekend getaway, so they couldn't chat long. But
I've been piecing together that I don't think I've ever spoken to them outside of work. Is that
These are
weird?
fair questions from David.
Like they know
Yeah.
about me, right?
of course they know about you. What do you mean? Why? I've been wanting to tell them about us. I really have. I just was waiting to do it in person, and then
Well, his parents seemed lovely, so
That's what I'm saying. With,
David,
with,
I know
with
my
this kind of
parents are
show,
good
I doubt they're going to be like awful about it. You
Yeah.
know?
I can't shake this fear that there's a small chance that this could change everything.
This conversation.
What you're dealing with
an
is
adult
very
too, right?
personal. And it's something you should only do on your terms.
Yeah.
You're gonna laugh yourself right out of the closet on this one. You know how you've always wanted a surprise party? Part of that surprise was inviting your parents here.
What?
I could be just your business partner tonight, if that will.
No, David, I can't have you do that.
This is lovely, actually.
It is. This is like one of the most sincere moments of the show.
It is. This is great.
Mrs. Brewer, Mr. Brewer, I'm David Rose.
David, come in.
I just wanted to come here and apologize for a very unfortunate miscommunication.
So you're not in a relationship with our son?
Oh, no, I very much am.
Was it something we did, David?
I'm sorry?
Honey, stop.
But he is still the same person, and it's his birthday. And
David, we're not
I
upset
love that
about
David's
Patrick
doing
being
this, yeah.
gay.
I thought that Patrick was feeling like he couldn't come and talk to us about this.
Is it because we were so close with Rachel?
Oh my goodness. Thank God.
Patrick is planning on telling you tonight. So I think the best birthday gift we could give him at this point is to just keep him in the closet.
Can you believe that because of them, I have a vineyard in the south of France? You may have tried my wine,
Shatner's made
touched
a
with
killing
grapes.
doing it.
The fiscal sweetener negates any discomforture one might feel exploiting their extremities for a $20 bill.
20? These conventions are a godsend. There is a freedom in letting go, Moira.
Oh, yes. And if we're talking feet,
Why not,
it's
man?
75 for one, 150 for the pair.
It'd be a good conversation piece.
Oh my gosh! David, I thought we were just having a casual dinner.
Oh, we are?
We're just so happy to be included.
You've got a really wonderful friend here, Patrick.
Yeah. I'm just glad you could make it, Miss.
What if they don't react the way I think they will?
They're gonna.
Then I will be here, and we'll get through it together.
Yes.
Well, there's something that,
He's going to figure out in
That I've
an
been
instant
meaning
that
to
they
tell you.
already
Tell
knew.
us anything.
Honey, let's just let him talk.
Yeah.
David.
He seems like a really great partner, honey.
Marcy.
In business.
Yeah, he is. We're together. David is my boyfriend. And I've never been happier in my life.
You are the only thing in the world that matters to us. And if David makes you happy, then that's all we care about.
I like him. I like him a lot. Me too.
Happy birthday, my sweet boy.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, that got me a little
This
bit.
is good stuff.
Yeah.
Party might go down as one of the happiest nights of my life.
I guess that makes up for the fact that no one ate the crab cakes. My dad might have told them, but he thought they knew.
And the gift basket that you gave them that I'm hoping you paid for, well, you made everything okay.
Oh. Man, that was great.
The best part about this show is that it's short and sweet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, we covered so much ground in 20 minutes, but like, it breezes by.
Big ground, too.
And it stays focused.
Yeah.
It stays focused every scene we get is a focused moment, and it's so good.
Yeah, the writing is exceptional. You know, there's no even throwaway moments don't feel like wasted moments. You
They
know
get
what I mean?
straight
They
to the
don't.
point.
Right, exactly.
Excuse me.
They managed to do a lot of storytelling and a lot of character work.
Yeah.
In a short amount of time with a short amount of dialogue.
Even like, so like when we're going to the convention, it's like when you say something like that, you think that they're gonna do something wacky, right? And it's not.
Weird fans and stuff like that. Yeah.
All it did was cover the fact that you can make extra income doing this.
Right.
You can charge more than $20 for a picture, and it's enough to fund a vineyard in France.
And,
you know what I mean? Like,
and everybody wins. The fans get what they want. You get what you want.
exactly.
It's
Why not
beautiful,
do
right? Yeah, exactly.
While we're at it, Eugene Levy, I'd like to get his autograph too.
Oh, sure. Well, yeah.
I think that'd be awesome.
It would. Yeah, absolutely.
But no, like, as far as like emotional moments in the show go, we don't get a lot. Like the first few finales, I think we teared up a little bit.
We got a couple for sure,
Dear
but
Lord, this was
good. This was
so
very
good.
sincere. They could not have picked a sweeter couple to play his parents, which
No.
they got me. They really
got
did.
me
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, they got me.
his dad.
Yeah.
I like
His dad trying not to get emotional really got me.
it's yes. Every time somebody's fighting back tears in the show, it's hard not to lose it. You know what I mean?
It is. I absorb emotional energy from television and movies more than I really should.
Couple of softies over here.
Yeah, but no, that was absolutely beautiful. I didn't think that this is the kind of show that would go the route like the parents would have a negative reaction.
Yeah.
But when they went into the hotel room for about 20 seconds, I was like, oh no, this isn't going well at all. But they got us right out of that.
So obviously it's a very modern show. It's very progressive, and I love the fact that it's like we're fine with that. You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah,
of course we're fine with that.
right. It's just you have those shows, and I'm not faulting the shows because it's also an ugly reality.
It
right?
Is ugly reality,
that sometimes when you tell your parents that reality they don't want to hear about who you are.
Sure.
I'm gay. I'm bi. I'm
whatever. Yeah.
Right. That some people react like monsters. They do to that news.
Yeah.
Some people disown their children.
It's crazy to think that even in today's world, you know what I mean? Like, it's 2023 and people are still so torn about that.
I've seen stuff on Twitter of people saying like, if my son ever blah blah blah, I'd kill him, and I'm like, what is wrong with you?
You know, it's awful that people say that, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? If that's really who you are, good that you're making that up public so people don't want to mess with you. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, everybody point and laugh at the idiot. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's so stupid.
And by the way, your son deserves a better dad.
Exactly. 100%. You know, and
but yeah, I'm just really glad that we didn't get anything on this show negative. in that direction. That's just not who the people on this show are. No. Again, I'm not faulting it because it does happen, and it needs to be reflected in art when that kind of
absolutely.
American Beauty, right? We see that in American Beauty. You see that type of horrific reaction to accepting who your kids really are. Especially when they're not doing anything wrong. It's not like Dad, I'm a meth dealer, you know.
yeah.
But this was lovely. This was beautiful. I loved every second of it.
Definitely up there for best show.
Right.
Best episode of the show.
This one was so well directed too. And they all are. I'm not sure who directed this episode, but the way that everything was shot in this, plus the performances, like there was some fine line walking between really, difficult, tender moments, and the comedy, and it all has to be kind of seamless, right? That was just pulled off so well. The energy was perfect, the pacing was perfect, and this was just a well done episode of television.
And I'm sure it was, important to Dan and Eugene Levy as well,
for sure.
Creators of the show that most likely wrote the episode. They write a lot of episodes,
and let's face it, they've gone through that conversation on some level, right? Johnny and David have, right? Because they kind of mention it a little bit, but. I'm sure that the Levys had to have that conversation at some point, and obviously, Eugene handled it like a real man.
And I'm sure
it's like, great, I love you.
And I'm sure they're proud of this episode, as they should be, because this was one of the best of the series.
This was beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we will catch you on the next one.
See ya.